Okay, gents, now moving on to the next big topic. Lionel Messi into Miami scores two again. He's got 7 goals now in his first 4 games playing for Inter Miami. I mean, this time he rocked up to FC Dallas and scored twice in the 4-all draw, which ended in a penalty shootout win. So Inter Miami are on to the quarterfinals of the League's Cup. And Andy, I mean, the free kick he scored late on to tie this game up and take it to penalties was just bonkers. The crowd in Frisco, Texas, I mean, most of them were still celebrating, even though they're FC Dallas fans, just to get to see Messi whipping that free kick from distance into the top corner. So this was as expected because he scored a brace now, 3 straight games. So, this was fun because this is the first time he's played outside of Miami, and we saw that bumper crowd in an away stadium that we've been talking about. And I think this is a precursor of things to come.
You know what we also saw because of Lionel Messi's first away game? We saw Lionel Messi sitting coach on a commercial airline in the United States with the rest of his team. When he said he wanted to come here and have the real MLS, Inter Miami, American experience, he is, credit to him, he is all the way in. And you know what? The best thing about this is Lionel Messi is having so much fun playing soccer again. You can just see it. I mean, every time he scores, it is so happy. It's like a release for him. Go back to the last couple years at PSG, and it wasn't that. It was, oh, I scored, ho hum. We won the game. We have to win the game. We only have the option to win. He is enjoying it now in a way that we saw at the World Cup as well last year, and it's just so nice to see that and to see that he is taking it seriously as he is. And for anybody that wants to say, well, this just proves that MLS is so terrible, he's done this everywhere he's gone. He's done this in La Liga. He's done this in Ligue 1. He's done this in the Champions League. He's done this in the World Cup. This is not an MLS thing. This is just what Messi does. This is who he is.
Nick, and as Andy mentioned there, he is just incredible, and he's really embraced, I think, the expectation levels on him. Excuse me, because I think it's basically, for him, it is now how can I take my game to a whole new audience and people that maybe for whatever reason haven't watched me before, and now I'm going to do even the great things I've been doing my entire career, but just keep doing it. And there is no let up, right, in his hunger. It seems like Andy mentioned, he seems to have regained his energy and his passion that was missing in club football for the last few years, and he seems to be almost released when he's arrived in the USA into the Messi that we love watching at peak Barcelona days over the years. So, what is this like for you to see him score? Not just score, but the way he's scored and the way he's playing game after game now for Inter Miami.
Well, Joe, he's so influential that the other team wants to make him an assister. They want to. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to score off Messi's service, so I'm going to do it into my own net. Look, I don't want to oversimplify, but we've seen this in a bunch of different leagues. There are the top 5 leagues in the world, and then there's the next batch. And MLS, to its credit, is reaching that next batch if it isn't already. But take the best player in the world and move him away from the best defenders in the world, and you're going to see things like this. And Jordi Alba had 2 assists. I mean, this is a really good team. Or not a really good team, excuse me. There's some really good players trying to make a really good team. And we're seeing the difference as we did with Giovinco, as we did with Zlatan. We're seeing what happens when that talisman gives a whole team the impetus to be a little bit better. And that talisman wants to be there. So, look, I think it's been fantastic. I'm going to be down in Florida this month and literally had that moment where I'm looking at my son who's 12 and in love with the game and thinking, if they're home, how much would I spend? And the good news for me is they're not home. So I don't have to spend the money. But yeah, I know it's funny. We immediately switched gears and we're like, all right, well, let's go to an Orlando game. This is big for MLS. And I'm sure it's annoying to the MLS faithful that Messi is 10 of the top 20 pages posts on MLS Soccer, the website. But there's a reason for that. He is absolutely revolutionizing interest in the league. again, because it's not the first time.
Yeah, we said it before. David Beckham, Henry, Rooney, so many great players have come over and played this role, if you will, in trying to boost interest levels and scoring great goals and creating great moments. But they're all there on this level, and Messi has already taken it to another level in terms of the intrigue from around the world, and then now what he's doing at the very start. So hopefully he keeps it going. Next up is a Leagues Cup action again against Charlotte in the quarterfinals. And then his first ever MLS game, because obviously he's been playing the Leagues Cup this whole time for Inter Miami, is coming up on August 20th against Charlotte as well. So this is going to be really intriguing to see how he keeps going. Obviously, the relentless travel, as Andy mentioned, the different things he's going to encounter on the road in MLS between now and the end of the season. See how he kind of holds up against that. It'll be something different for him, but right now shows no signs of slowing down whatsoever. And over on Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com, we'll keep you updated of all the latest analysis, reaction, and probably video highlights of more great goals from Messi on a game-by-game basis. Because right now, he's arrived in the USA, and as expected, he's taken it by storm and putting on an incredible show wherever he turns up. This is so much fun to watch, and I cannot wait to see what he does next.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.